Hey, this video is what I think about Switzerland. Right now, I'm in a hotel in Amgen, Switzerland. It's way up on a hill. It's a ski resort town. It's on a dead-end hill, and I didn't realize that when I first rode up it. It's on like a beyond grade climb. It's so steep that I had to actually zigzag as I was riding up, and then the cars would come and I'd have to get off the saddle and ride straight up. But I rode like 86 miles today, and the last like 5 of it was up that thing. It was just, it blew me out. I'm totally wasted now, like feverish, and my legs are totally burning. I stopped and talked to some guys, and then I started riding again. My legs were totally burning. But Switzerland, I like Switzerland. Switzerland's nice. People are really nice. I can definitely tell their accents are different than the Germans, even though they're speaking German. So I went to Basel from Germany, and I spent a night in Basel at the youth hostel, and it was like 22 euros, like 33 bucks or something like that a night, and they let me stay as long as I went in the morning, and I washed my clothes and had a locker and had a free lunch and breakfast with that and everything. And so that was pretty reasonable. Because Switzerland's expensive, but the lodging isn't really all that much. That was an 8-bedroom dorm. But yeah, I got here to Amgen, and I knew I was gonna have to get a hotel because I'm on the side of a mountain, and I'm not gonna find a place to camp on the side of a mountain. I mean, that's not gonna work. Unless I'm in somebody's backyard, but I wasn't about to ask people if I could do that, and I was dirty and tired, and I was like, so I was prepared to get a room, but and I was happy to hear that it was only 75 bucks, breakfast included. So yeah, my own room. And there's my room. Like if you look out of those windows, I'll show it in the morning, but you can see huge mountains, man. And I've been watching CNN, and it's pretty cool. It's my first hotel room, in another country, or in a nice country. It's expensive country. Yeah. So tomorrow I'm gonna have to hike through the snow for 4 kilometers. Because it's dead end. Everybody was like, anyways, I went from Basel, and then I camped in Olgan, and then I went through Zurich. I checked out Zurich, and I rode through Zurich. And then I came here, and I was getting mixed signals from people. Some people are like, no, you can't go to Leichtenstein through Amgen, and other people were like, yeah, take the tunnel. And it turns out that people are saying, no, you can't do it because the tunnel's closed permanently. So that's why I'm not gonna ride my bike all the way down and ride around. I'm gonna hike. I don't like backtracking, so I'm gonna hike through 4 kilometers of snow tomorrow, over the pass. But it's just amazingly beautiful here. Yeah, Switzerland, everybody knows is very hilly, and it is. Basel was beautiful, and then I rode through, I could see some hills, and there was like trails, and from Basel, it was bike paths. Like I just stay on bike paths the whole time, I felt. And now I know when I was growing up, spending summers in Vail, they're all, my dad's like, yeah, Vail's just like Switzerland. They modeled Vail off Switzerland, man. And I was like, really? But it's true, dude. I felt like I was in Vail. I might as well have been in Vail. It's like, you're in this valley, and you're in a bike path through the trees, going through the valley, fields around you, and way away from the road, and then you go through a little village, and you got those, like, the architecture's the same as Valley. You got these like white clock towers, but they have lots of cows and stuff around, and but the people at the hostel were really, really nice. I found the hostel because I did internet when I got to the Starbucks, and internet came for free at Starbucks, but the Starbucks closed, so I only had a half hour to do that. But oh, and by the way, in Germany, I found out that Burger Kings don't charge at all for internet. So if you ever see a Burger King in Europe, go there and you do free internet, because McDonald's charges €8. That's like 12 bucks an hour for internet. But yeah, I had like free internet over at the hostel, and that was cool. That's why I upload all those videos. It was kind of slow at the beginning, but then it got faster. And then, but you get really lost. I got lost. I kind of backtracked, kind of went the long way around, but I went to a cool town on the way to Olgan, because I had like a map of Germany, so it wasn't really a detailed map of Switzerland. It had Switzerland included, but I mean, the map's huge, but it still didn't have most of the towns. I mean, that's how crowded Europe is. Just every 5K you got a new town. But yeah, and then I went to Zurich, and Zurich is just a big city. It's not really that. It's not as pretty as Basel. Basel was amazing. It had this river going through it, and these like big, buildings along the river and like pedestrian area. It was really pretty. And I think Basel's even bigger than Zurich, but Zurich, I felt like I was in a huge city. But I went to the edge of the lake, Lake Zurich, or maybe it's called Lake Constantine, but there were people everywhere. It was so packed, and I saw 8 Ferraris and like 3 Lamborghinis and like a countless Porsches, and like every other car is like an Audi or a Mercedes. It's like I guess these people have money, and there's also lots of people riding bikes. I mean, I didn't really see many bikers in Germany or Holland, like real bikers, like racers. But Zurich, riding down Zurich, it was like Boulder. It was just as jam packed with bikers um, as like Highway 36 north of Boulder, well, on like a weekend in the summer. There was bikers everywhere. Like every couple of minutes, you'd see like 3 racers race by, and it was kind of cool because I wasn't going all that fast. I was going like 19 miles an hour, and then this guy passes me, so I draft off him, and he's doing like 22, and he pretty much takes me almost all the way down the lake, drafting off of him, and then he was telling me, giving me directions on how to get to Leichtenstein, and then a couple of other guys, like old guys, passed me, like I was standing still. I didn't even think about trying to get on their wheel, and then this other guy passed me, and I got on his wheel, and he pulled me for a few miles, and he told me, about he told me about the tunnel. Like you go to Amgen and then you take the tunnel through there, but I guess he didn't know that the tunnel had closed. But yeah, and I saw like I saw most of the bikers were coming the opposite direction, and they seemed like they were going fast. I saw a lot of like chicks too going pretty fast. That was cool. But so there's more people going like from southeast to northwest and northwest to southeast like I was doing. But yeah, and then I was listening to like the Roman emperors the last couple of days, and that was really entertaining for me. But man, this place is so expensive. Like I was in Basel yesterday, and I had breakfast, and I had a hot dog, and it was like it was Wiener Schnitzel, and some hash browns, and that was $19. 19 francs is $19. They don't take euros here; they take francs. Oh, well, they accept euros, but they give you francs in exchange and change. Which reminds me, I'm gonna have to spend the rest of my francs here because I'm gonna be out of this country tomorrow after I hike through the snow. I'm gonna get to some road and descend into Leichtenstein, so I gotta remember to spend the rest of my francs. but yeah, it's um, there's trams everywhere in this country. It's like you look on the walls and you see like the tram map, and I think the tram pretty much you can look at this country of Switzerland as like one big city in terms of the tram. You just jump on it and it goes, and they're all electric, so they're really quiet. So Switzerland, and then the hills. There's like mellow hills the whole time, and it's really cool to ride the trail. Even though I kept getting lost, so it took me forever to get here. But people, I don't think Swiss speak as good of English as the Germans. They do speak English, but not quite as good as the Germans. Um, and so then but yeah, it seems like kind of a utopia. It seems like a nice place. Pretty crowded. I'm like heavily populated. But then on the eastern side of Switzerland, I see all these like big mountains, like snow-capped, steep, like right out there. I'll do the video tomorrow. Steep snow-capped mountains, like really steep, really high and snowy, and then these like villages right on the side of really steep land. I think that even I saw the sign Heidi Land, like Heidi, like you can picture Heidi like dancing around on the side of the mountain way the hell up. I mean, like this is Colorado. This would be like wilderness area right here, Like I'm on the side of a steep mountain way up on the top of it. But yeah, I love Switzerland, man. Switzerland's great, but it's expensive. I mean, I got supermarket food today. I spent $20 just on, a salad and like some fruit salad and a couple of like sodas and some bread and 2 bananas a pair and like four of these like bread things was $20, so it's pretty expensive. Anyways, I'm out of time. Thumbs up for Switzerland though.